Guys, it's Master Gears back with a bit of a PC benchmark video again. I know a lot of guys are subscribed to this channel, enjoy these type of videos, and I don't mind making them. And it's good to see when new PC games come out that they have an included benchmark sort of system in it, and it's something that's really good to test your PC performance. So we'll jump into this. Go to display. You can see it's running 1080p, 120 Hz. We'll fire up the advanced options. I have AA off. I use FXAA on normal purely because if you set it any higher it really hurts the frames per second in this game, and there's not a huge visual difference between having FXAA or SSAA on at that resolution. High-res textures, there's a free DLC for high-res textures. It's massive though. I think it's like 3.5 gigabytes, but definitely get it if your graphics card has enough memory. The official site recommends a graphics card with more than 1 gigabyte of texture memory, and if you can get it, it definitely makes a big difference. Shadow res high, shadow filtering high, SSAO high. I've got VSync off purely because only for the benchmark, so it won't limit the frames per second at all, but I always play with it on the 120 Hz monitor because it will only ever limit the frames per second to 120. Motion blur, I hate it. I hate motion blur. Don't ever put it in games. You hear me, game developers. It looks terrible and it really kills the performance. I hate it. Get rid of it. World density, I have it on high. Again, between high and extreme, there's not a huge difference visually, but there's a huge difference in performance. You can clamp the frames per second if you don't want your graphics card to get too stressed, and the rest are 3D settings. We will save these and we will fire up the benchmark. Really surprised at how good this game was. I thought it was going to be something completely different. When I looked at a lot of the video pre-releases and the previews for it, I didn't think it was going to be a Grand Theft Auto style game at all. I thought it was going to be something totally different. And now that I've got it, it's basically Grand Theft Auto set in Chinatown. That is honestly the easiest way to describe this game. It's GTA Chinatown City. It's really fun to play though. The audio in it is something that really stands out. When you damage things or drive a car, or even if you're just walking around and you can hear cars in the distance, and it sounds fantastic. The music in it's great as well. There's some things you probably wouldn't usually listen to, like some Cantonese hip hop, which is fairly weird, but a lot of it's got quite a nice beat, and it all adds to the ambience of the game, and it really feels like that's where you are. It feels like you're in a foreign place, and it's just really nice. I'm really surprised at this game. But yeah, graphics are a big standpoint of this, and the engine seems to be quite solid as well. And I'm not sure what engine it is. I don't know whether it's an engine that was only developed to run this game, but quite honestly, this puts GTA to shame. And I mean, it's pretty silly saying that purely because they've been released so far apart, but this sort of shows you what the next GTA could have in store. To have a GTA that looked this good would be so good. The textures in this are so good, so crisp, and like I said with the audio is just fantastic in this game. Gameplay's great too. The combat system is amazing. If you like Batman Arkham City or Arkham Asylum, the combat system in this is almost the same. You'll see there the benchmark has completed. The average frames per second was 92, max was 149, and the minimum was 48.2. You can see there all the settings, and you'll see there the graphics card GTX670. It's got 2 GB of VRAM on it, and it runs it quite well. And like I said, I can put all the bells and whistles on. I can put all the features on, but it really hammers the performance. It will drop down to the mid-20s in the minimum frames per second, but visually there's not a huge difference. But anyway guys, I thought I would throw this video up for the guys that enjoy the benchmarks, and I hope you enjoyed it. So we'll catch you later.